we're going to get you out of here and grab lunch, but has this been an awesome 2 days or what? Yeah! So what I want to do, first of all, I want to just take a minute and just congratulate all of you that got recognized, the Empire Builders that got recognized, the 5 or 6 people who got qualified for the Wall of Fame, the Gonzalez, Cardino, the Lipsons, the Jenkins, Purnell, our teammates, give them a hand, which is awesome. And all the rings and diamonds in the hierarchy, you guys did a phenomenal job. And especially Ray and Carol Costello for going over their red ring, $1 million ring, give them a hand, which is awesome. And my message to all of you right now is, don't be intimidated, be inspired. If you're like me, the first convention I came to, I sat down. Did you see all the people that walked across the stage last night and how much money they were paid? It borders on ridiculous. And the first meeting I went to, I sat back and I said, there is a lot of goofy ass people here that make money. You guys with me? Me included. I sat there and I go, if these guys can make money, I'm gonna get wealthy. Look at Mario Arizon. You don't think you can get wealthy, right? I just look right here, I think about how our system, the system that's in place right now, every single one of us use the system that's in place for us to go grow. And all the leaders that came before us, did you see how people went crazy for Hector last night, right? I had new people say, he said he hasn't been here in 20 years. What kind of impact could you leave on people? And this no disrespect to Hector. Hector had a huge impact on all of us, okay? But back then, there wasn't a lot of things for us to utilize for tools. And I look at what he had. I paid years ago, I paid thousands of dollars with Scott Fletcher to fly out there so I could spend a day and play golf with Hector and ask him some questions. And I'm going to tie that into what I'm talking about. The leaders that came before us, the Enser family, what Joe Enser did, teaching us how to be PNC, persistent and consistent. Same message, what Meyer did for a lot of leaders in here by teaching people to run this thing like a sports and build a team and stay excited. The Schechter family, the Crusade, and what they did and how Dennis was instilling when you're right, you're right. And the Safford family, the third-party referral system, I never forget Bob Safford said, are you a field trainer or a field seller? Keith, you write $100,000 in personal business, but where the hell's all the promotions? He goes, you need to be a field trainer. I said, Bob, I am a field trainer. He goes, no, you're a field seller, and we have to learn how to duplicate ourselves, and I think you heard that this weekend. And so my message is don't be intimidated by these people. Every one of us started at the same position called the beginning. We all had mentors. And see, now the technology is so much better. The things that we have, they call this, you know what dysmorphia is, right? Where people look in the mirror and they see less than themselves. A lot of women get it with eating disorders. It's called dysmorphia, right? I think people have life dysmorphia. And what I mean by that is there's a flaw in their appearance. They look at this business and they look at what they're missing. If you look at what you're missing, you'll find it. If you look at what's here for you to win, you'll find that also. And I look at our business right now, and I look at the tools that we have. In 1940, half of the U.S. homes had no hot water. Think about that. No water heaters. Water heaters weren't invented for 100 years. I got to talk about that because I was a plumber. But think about it, there was no water heaters. I get pissed if the shower gets cold for 2 seconds. I got shrinkage, you know? I don't want any cold water. 100 years ago, there's no water, hot water heaters, right? No cell phones in the 80s. Cell phones were started in the 90s. They got popular in the 90s. In 85, there was 340,000 people with cell phones. You ever leave the house without your cell phone? You feel like you're buck naked, right? Think about the texting. Texting didn't start till 2000. In 1995, the internet started, but didn't get popular until 1999. Facebook, 2010. Instagram got popular in 2012. Google, 2000. Remember we used to have to read crap, right? Now you just Google it, right? Google didn't get popular until 2008. Uber, 2011. Remember you used to have to drive home drunk? Remember that, right? 2011. Uber's only been around for 13 years. Now you get pissed if your Uber driver's 2 minutes late, right? Wheels beat heels, right? So when you think about it right here, we get to use all of the things and the systems and the resources from the past. I think people have Primerica dysmorphia. I think sometimes we forget. I look at the legends and you look at all those people, God bless them, okay? But the cool thing is, we don't have to go through the crap now. All the new players that are coming on board, the systems that we have in place, the technology, right? See, I want to talk about my kids for a minute. My wife did a phenomenal job with my kids. And Blake and Dominique are licensed in the business. My daughter just passed her securities exam last week. She's 63. My son, and I said to my daughter, when you graduate college, 2 years, you got to get a job. I want you to get beat up. I want you to have to pay taxes, parking, buy clothes. I said, you got to get a job, because I think then what you do is you appreciate the opportunity. And she did that, right? We helped her out. And then my son goes, Dad, I'm not listening to you. I'm not getting a job. He graduated University of Connecticut in May. He goes, Dad, you can cut me off. You guys can back give us anything. I don't care. I need you. I'm going to do this thing. Why? Because his belief level is so high. He started in June. I'm going to tell you, I went 25 years without doing appointments. 25 years without doing appointments. I had to dust off my flip chart. It had A.L. Williams on the friggin' thing. Remember doing, why am I here? I'm here to show you how to realign your assets, increase your net worth, help you get more value for the money you now spend, help you improve your total financial picture. We can do that. You'd be interested, right or wrong. I did more appointments in the last 5 weeks, Zoom calls, interviews, one-on-ones. My tongue was swelling up. And he goes, Dad, I feel so bad. You're meeting with everybody. I said, don't worry. 2 more weeks, I'm done with this shit, right? 2 more weeks, I'm done. And the bottom line is, he just came on board in June. He's got 8 people here his first month. I'm so proud of him. See, I was out to dinner with my wife, and one of our friends runs this huge construction company, one of the biggest in the world. And his son was there that night. I said, oh, are you excited to go to work with your dad, this big company? And he looks at me, and to my wife, and he goes, I don't want my son doing what I'm doing. I said, you don't want your son to do what you're doing? I have other friends that run big businesses. I don't want my son to do what I'm doing. I want my kids to go do something different. I am so pumped. We don't force him. I had to choke him out a little bit. I hit him. But we don't force our kids to do the business. I am so jacked that they want to do this. Why? Because they've been exposed to so many people. I'm going to show you a couple pictures real quickly. So what I did is, I'm old. I'm 59. I'm going to start pulling out my IRA in 2 months. This right here, this is Mark Young. I had my son, we did a little Zoom. That's my apartment in the city. That doesn't suck, right? So we're doing a little Zoom call, right? Mark Young, why? I want to pick brains of people that are current. Next, please. Look at this. Next one, please. Next, Blake Whittle, right? Second generation, doing a phenomenal job. I had him Zoom, and he did a Zoom with Blake Whittle. Why? Because these guys are current. I'm old and out of shape, right? Next, please. These first 2 people on his team, you got to go, keep going, please. That's Shelly DeRain. Shelly DeRain, #1 person produces Tony and Shelly DeRain in the company's history. He got off the call, goes, Dad, there's no way. He goes, how do people not have places to go? Using the CRM and the systems in place. Next, please. That's Glenn Lee in the middle. He's standing in a hole. But that's my Chinese son. I said, what do you want to be when you get bigger? No, I didn't say that. I said, no, Glenn's $1 billion earner. Glenn was the last person we field trained. He was the last dude I field trained, my Chinese son. He almost blew me out of the business. He took me to a market. I said, they got to own a home. We show up, it's a trailer. I said, Glenn, it's a friggin' trailer. He goes, it's a home with wheels. I go, that doesn't count. Next, please. Next, please. This is one of his first recruiting people. Next, go through it quickly, please. Right? This is us doing our first. I had to wait out. The guy said, that was our first close. We get off the phone. I said, you know how much money you just made? Now give us some of the money back we've been giving you. Next, please. These are some of his teammates that are here. We did a little follow-up. I get off the phone. My wife goes, aren't you tired? I go, I've never had more fun. I'm telling you right now. My wife and I, we did Europe 6 times last year. Japan. A lot of Japanese people in Japan. We did Japan last year. We did 6 Europe trips. We haven't done any trips right now. We've been working our ass off, and I love the opportunity. See, I want my kids to do what we're doing. Next, please. David Kim, we're putting them in front of people. And someone said, well, Keith, you have a lot of resources. So do you. It's called POL. You know what we had growing up? We had OL. We got PFSU. We put our teammates in PFSU. You know what we had? We had FU before that. We had PFSU. We had no systems. Next. Another client. Closer. I heard Hector say you got to close. Next, please. It is amazing to me. When I was broke, I get that people do that. I had people saying no to me. I said, how could you say no to me? I'm rich. And I didn't say that, but I thought it. Yeah. And I remember telling him, I said to the guy, how are you not? He goes, it's not for me. I go, what part didn't you like? The fact that we make a lot of money or the fact that we help people? Which one offended you? I go, bro, no disrespect, you're a doorman. He goes, I'm a concierge. I go, that's French for doorman. I go, Frankie, you're my age. You got no money saved. You need to do it. And the thing that I love is my son, he didn't care. It didn't matter. It's my daughter up there. There's one more picture with my daughter. If we can show that next picture. Passing her test. And the last thing I wanted to show you, if you could pop that up, please. And the last thing I want to show you is this. She passed her test. Next, please. That was my kids when we got our $1 million ring. And now our kids are licensed and get ready to run the business with us, which is unbelievable. See, folks, don't you want your kids? I'm telling you, the coolest thing we've ever done is having an opportunity to build a business with our family. The last picture I want to show as I wrap up is this. If you look at this right here, that picture, you know what that is? On the left is a telephone. On the top right is an ATM machine. And then at the bottom right is an ATM, and the top is a cash register. You gotta get on the phone. You ever notice the correlation? It's the same design that a cash register has with an ATM machine. Folks, I heard AI is the new wave of the future. Artificial intelligence. I think we need to flip it around. It's IA. What's your intent? What's your intention? The more attention you give something, the bigger it's going to grow. The less attention you give the important things, the less you're going to deal with that. See, can your business function without you? I love what Willie Naranjo is doing right now, but you don't have to be Willie Naranjo. But you could go find somebody like Willie Naranjo. The thing that they have going on, if you look, I love the leaders that came before us, but the leaders that come behind us are going to blow right through the numbers. So look at what's happening right now. It's absolutely crazy. If you don't think you can leave here, those guys, if you stay humble like they're saying, if you stay together, if you play team, if you don't forget where you come from, if you stay grateful and appreciative. See, I think it's unbelievable what Willie's doing, but you don't have to be a Willie Naranjo. But you can override a Willie Naranjo. Look at Omar. Omar has the biggest Willie in the company. Right? He's got the biggest Willie Naranjo in the company. See, you and I can go find people like